Okay, yeah, I know my lights aren't good enough, and I don't even know if my microphone works or whatever. I have stuff for all of this, but I can't find my USB port right now, so I don't even care. I've been watching these videos for years and I want to make them. So here's my first mukbang thing, and this looks good. I guess firstly I should tell you what I'm eating. I'm eating a fried tilapia sandwich and a fried chicken sandwich from Salem's Fresh Eats. A very, very good restaurant here in Tampa. Highly recommended. Um, and yes, I still have my angry baby sugar glider. And I'm drinking Arizona straight from the bottle. Don't care. Don't care. Isn't that funny? I'm the first mukbanger to do an angry sugar glider mukbang. But this is what you need to know if you are going to be a sugar glider owner. Okay, this is the tilapia. And let's see because it smells amazing. I guess I'm gonna put it on top of here. Okay, so my rant today is gonna be about the stock market. What I've learned 6 months into my stock market endeavors. Cheers. Mm. Mm. Okay. I mean, I prefer the fried shrimp, but still, like these both, chicken and tapia, were $9. So, I mean, put some respect on Salem's name for that one. Um, mmm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Now, I should have asked for hot sauce, but I want to go get my hot sauce, but I don't want to like leave the camera. Oh, I can pause it. Hold on. 1 second while I go get the hot sauce. Nope, what? Oh my god. I had just been, oh my gosh. I had just been, ranting, but I was paused. No. You guys miss me telling you how well seasoned the fish is and how like totally fresh it feels. Okay, I guess I'm gonna give you a couple bites then, and then I'm gonna rant about stocks. I can't believe I was muted that whole time. Oh, okay, whatever. There's too many pickles anyway. So like, I prefer the fried shrimp, but first that fried tilapia sandwich, fried chicken sandwich, $9 for both. Put some respect on Salem. I feel like Salem's need some respect to be put on their name. You know what? My beloved Miami Grill. It used to be called Miami Subs and Grill. Now I think it's only called Miami Grill. My beloved Miami Grill. I've seen it finally getting respect. Um, Respect must be put on Salem's name. I mean, because it's, ooh, and like it tastes so fresh, the fish, and it's like very perfectly seasoned. Like, I feel like places like Popeyes maybe do it too much. I might get some hate on that one. This is just like perfect. Okay, let's talk stocks. I want to talk about what I've learned so far. 6 months in the stock market. I always said I would never do it. Started getting involved in it 6 months ago, largely in part to the fact that I hurt my finger. I was actually at the doctor's right now with my sugar glider, and my doctor was like, "Oh yeah, you should, go full forward with your YouTube and Instagram, and you need to be on TikTok and whatever." So here I am. I guess I'll start out with my favorite stock. My favorite stock is NRGU, the one I've had most success with. It's 3 times leveraged oil. My main stocks are leveraged oil, leveraged silver, and leveraged gold. I've lost on silver and gold, but I still think they'll come back up eventually. I mean, and probably sooner rather than later. Um, Leverage is dangerous, they say, but I feel like with the stuff I'm doing, because they're like physical commodities, they have some kind of real life physical value. Um, it's like less sketchy. But let me say one thing, then take a bite. So you need to decide if you are a diversifier or if you are I do one stock only. I think I'm a one stock only, but I kind of learned the hard way that I'm not a diversifier. I'll tell you why. After I eat a little bit more fried tilapia sandwich. And this place also, everything has the grilled option, but I always choose fried. But I really want to choose grilled, but it's sure hard not to choose fried with this. This is like what all those other places wish they could do. They could not do this. If no respect has been put on Salem's name, woo, I am putting respect on Salem's name. Okay, so back to the stocks. You need to decide if you're a diversifier or if you just stick in one and that's it. Why did it lose focus? Why did it lose focus? um, okay, yeah, so I have been making a lot of gains. Like, I honestly think I made like 1,000 of gains at least from this NRGU stock. But then I put my earnings into whatever stock was doing poorly at the time. Because, like, you know, it's best to buy when it's red, sell when it's green, or buy like when it was red and then just like the second it switches to green. But, you know, this made me put my money into my earnings into the gold and silver, which you never know. It could be a good, and VERS, VERS. So you never know. It could be a really good long-term decision. But I kind of feel now like, why didn't I just put it back into the one that was making me all that money? You know what I mean? So now I kind of feel like I'm a one stock type guy, but I just diversified on accident because I'm a noob, you know? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I have no idea if I can eat this, the chicken. But I definitely ooh, need to try the chicken. I don't know about, I don't know about if it can. Yes, there's my angry sugar glider. I am Shuggy Daddy after all. I don't know if it can compete with that tilapia. So, you need to decide if you are a diversifier or a one stock person. And I think that this has a lot to do with your playing style. I say playing because this is a gamble. I think it's less gamble than actual gambling, just because there is some form of analytics and research and studying that you can do. You know, it's not 100% luck based. There is some form of skill. However, it is a gamble. So, your playing style. Now, I guess there's like the day trader, who I think technically would be classified as a paper hands. Like they buy and sell really easily. And then there's the holder who is diamond hand, where they just say, I bought it, I like it, and I'm not selling it until it hits this amount of money. If that's in 10 years, okay, but I'm not selling. And then of course anywhere in between these two, but it's kind of like a spectrum. You're either more on the holdy side, or you're more on the um, sell very quickly side. I'm gonna just say the holders are team tilapia, the traders are team chicken. Speaking of, let's try this chicken. I've only gotten seafood here, and I've read a lot of reviews that like weren't the best, and no one ordered seafood on those reviews. I feel like this is the place to go for seafood. Let's see about the chicken. Um, Obviously that's super good, and like, you know, I do feel that it has the why? I do feel like it has the kind of like a country fried with love type of taste, but the tilapia was way better. I think that the breading that they use and the seasonings and everything goes better with fish, and they definitely have the same breading and seasoning and stuff. Um, Not to say it's not amazing, because it is. Respect on Salem's name. Um, so like, I think I'm in between, but I'm more on the long-term hold side, and that's mostly just because I work full time. And like when I first started this, I had become obsessed with this notion of I want to get rich this year. This is my year, and especially because I injured my finger, which now makes it really sketchy. Like, am I going to be able to work forever? I don't know if I can work till I'm 60 now with my finger. And the doctor just said, there's nothing we can do about it. Either find someone to amputate it or wear the brace for the rest of your life. And it's kind of like, you know, it's made me do weird stuff like like stock market and YouTube. Hey. Except my first endeavor was children's education, but it didn't really work out. But hey, stay tuned for the teaching your kids to read mukbang. Anyway, okay, so because I'm a holder, or because I'm a worker, I have to be a holder. It's too crazy to do the fast trading. Like, I can't pay attention to work. And when I first started doing this, I was like, not paying attention to work. You know, I was working, but I was listening to my finance podcasts and talking to my my virtual investment friends that I've made. I've actually made like seemingly really good friends through this and through like crypto meetups and anyway, you know, people like me trying to make it, trying to fight for our American dream. So I have enjoyed it, but I do feel that at the beginning I was like, it was distracting me from my work. Now I check it at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then I just make my choice. Is this a day that I hold? Is this a day that I sell? Or is this the day that I buy? Or both? And basically, I just stick to my three. Well, I would say there's like four that I like. Leverage oil, gold, no, leverage oil, NRGU, leverage gold, UCO, leverage silver, AGQ, and PDBC. By the way, my favorite stock guy is Gregory Mannarino. I watch him every morning, so just for your knowledge. Um, but I regret not being like all in on oil and whatever. Um, hey, but I'm doing a lot better than a lot of people. You know, I haven't lost any money. I just put my gains from oil into gold and silver, and then gold and silver went down. But I could win in the future, you never know. And so, with the tilapia sandwich at Salem's, I feel like it's like if they asked like a renowned chef to make a filet o fish. Like if they asked some super fancy chef, hey, make your best filet of fish, like that's what they do. Or like, I don't know. I wonder. This is from Tampa. I know whoever made this is from Tampa, but this definitely has some like Louisiana flavor, or like, you know, that Southern country, Cajun, whatever you want to call it, style. Okay, so I'm a holder, but in the case of NRGU, the when it really started going do 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 do, I feel like I should have just went all in. When I saw that thing dip hard, I should have gone all in, and now I would be a 100,000aire, and I could have my house and my dreams. However, that thought was what inspired me to do this video because that's emotion and you can't have emotion. Something I've been learning too, like maybe I'll do a video on this, like poverty mentality versus the mentality that a rich person has, or someone born with no scarcity of money. If you're born and raised with a serious scarcity of money, you're going to have very, very different mindset than someone born with no scarcity of money. It could be good. That could be what gets you to be a millionaire, but also there's like negatives to it, which would be doing really crazy, risky stuff like that. That's actually how I hurt my finger too. Maybe that's a story time for later. But getting injured at work or doing really risky stuff for money is definitely like an emotion. It is this strong desire for money that can lead us into bad situations, right? Because we only think of the good outcome. We never think of the bad. And if you're truly doing something good money-wise, there shouldn't even really be a good or bad. Like you should be able to say, if I lose every money that I put in, oh whatever, try again, you know? If you put too much in and you lose, you're screwed. So, something that I think you should think about, number one, is like, think about things in terms of sector by sector, not business by business. Of course, if one sector is doing well, you're good in that sector pretty much, but there will be outliers that'll go down when everything's going up. There will be those that go up when everything else just goes up a little bit. Look at the full timeline of the price history. Look at its all-time highs, look at its all-time lows, draw a little line between the two. Where are you right now? If you're too close to that all-time high, unless you have a really good feeling about it, like I'm kind of like this with gold and silver, maybe it's not so good. If you're more along that all-time low type side, like I think SQQQ is the perfect example of one that I think could blow up. I definitely might get up into SQQQ. See, I don't know how I feel about the chicken. Of course I love it, but after having their phenomenal seafood, I'm just like, whatever. So I think that's one of the most important things. All-time high, all-time low. And where are you right now? Number two, you need to look at, like, in this case that we're, in my opinion, going down. Some people, even my favorite Manarino, says we're still going to go up more. I'm kind of like, okay, I think we're on the way down now. So something you need to think of, in my opinion, is that when the stock market goes down a lot, like the big indexes or NASDAQ or SPY and like the other, I can't remember their names right now, but when they go down, look at sector by sector, like which of the stocks are going down less. Because this means that it doesn't mean the stock's never going to go down. Any stock can go down, any business can fail. But this tells you that in the current market we're in the current environment we're in, that stock has a higher limit than the other. That means Maybe one can go down to $2. This one only goes down to 10. So maybe that's like a better option for you. Check the bounciness, because like you need to look at the stock and say, is this particular one I'm buying gonna be one that I'm gonna be, oh, check at 11:30 buy, check at 11:30 tomorrow sell, or is it gonna be one that you're just gonna hold and forget, you know? And I guess a lot of that is just by the bounciness. Like if it's a nice clean line, hold. If it's this, you might want to be like, okay, this is like you could even have two. This is my holder and this is my bouncer. I even, I used to do those call options, and I think about doing it again because something that I think about doing a lot, especially because I'm in oil, metals, is that so when it goes down, if you can catch it while it's in the red and try to catch it right before it goes back up, and now you do call options, now you win. But something else you can do is if you sell a peak, I should do this today. Put my money, it just closed. I guess if oil continues to go up tomorrow, I'll put my money where my mouth is and do this. But like I was gonna say too, if you could catch the peak, I sold oil today, by the way, almost all of my NRGU. Didn't put it in anything. I'm waiting for another oil dip, and I'm gonna go in heavy. But like, I was gonna say something important about oil. What was it? Eek. Oh yeah. So if you try to hit the peak like I did, I hope now we have green again tomorrow, even though I still want to hit the peak. But now you can buy puts because it's going to be going down after the peak. But something that I was thinking about is like puts have higher premiums than calls for some reason, and I don't really know because I'm a noob why that is. But like all of the commodity stuff, oil, silver, gold, copper, whatever, they have like 2 times leverage, 3 times leverage, and they have inverse leverage. So something I was thinking about is what if I do calls on inverse leverage oil when it goes down? And then the call options are cheaper than the put options and I can buy more. So that's something I've been wanting to do for a while, and now that I'm doing this, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and do it. But there's this whole thing with options, like there has to be a lot of people interested in it, or if not, it's like hard to sell, and there's all these crazy numbers that you have to put there. By the way, if anyone can explain all those numbers, limit price, strike price, all that stuff to me, please comment down below. I'm sorry. I never even let you guys look at the chicken one. I'm full though now. And the chicken is not hitting nearly as hard as the tilapia. Like tilapia, 10 out of 10. Like every seafood thing I've gotten there, 10 out of 10. Chicken, you want to know what's, I feel so bad because they need respect on their name. But the chicken's like incredibly seasoned and delicious batter, and you could tell it was made with a lot of love, but the tilapia seems like some top of the line tilapia. The chicken doesn't really taste like top of the line chicken. Granted, who am I to even know what that is? Okay, let me finish this because I'm full now. I don't care that I can't finish it. Now I have to clean up all this mess I made. Okay, so I'm trying to think of what stock stuff I have to say that I've learned in my 6 months of stock experience. Oh, do not just go by word. Because, like, what originally got me into this was the whole GameStop thing. And then I saw that, like, people got rich off GameStop, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, I can do that too. So, like, when I started, oh, whatever, I'll take another bite before I put it away. And yes, I have an angry sugar glider. Deal with it. Um, so yeah, don't just buy whatever's popular or like whatever people are telling you to buy, because when I first started doing this, I joined all of these groups on Facebook. I mean, you can use whatever uh, messaging or video conference service of your preference. I think they all have stock and crypto related chat rooms. So, like, when I first started, people would say, oh my gosh, this is the next one that's going to pump or spike or whatever. Just like GameStop did, or AMC or whatever. And I was like, oh, really? Okay, sure, yeah, you know. And I took losses on all of them that I tried. Like, serious losses, not just like a little bit, but like pretty much everything that someone was like, buy, I lost. Like, pretty much like everything, like 70% of what I put in. So I guess that this is because people think that if they say buy this and like enough people do, that will influence the price. So people have like a stake in you buying the same things that they do. That's why I think it's so important to look at things sector by sector. Like right now, technology is like the technology area is not doing so well. So why are you going to buy tech? I kind of feel dumb for buying Verse, even though I think it's a really good play. So that'll keep you away from that pitfall. Like if someone says, buy this stock, this is the next millionaire stock, then you can go, everything else in this area of business is doing poorly right now. So why would this one be doing well? And then like once you kind of hone in on what you want to do, then you start researching online, literally Googling my area of business or preferred commodity ETFs, and it'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, list out all the different types of ETFs you're looking for, and you can just look at those all-time lows and highs. You know, has it stayed flat forever? Has it had serious peaks and valleys? Is it at a valley? Maybe it's a good time to buy. Is it a jumper? Does it do that? Those ones can be good too, you know. But I think it's kind of crazy to like see one that's done, that's at it, you look at its full timeline and it's like close to the all-time high and you go, oh no, it's gonna still pump more, you know. And every trade has to be unemotional, which is the hard part of it. Because even now I'm thinking, oh, I could have got rich off my last one. So next time I have to go harder. That can get you in trouble. Or even thinking like, oh, I need to do stocks because I hurt my finger. So now I need to have some extra financial security that I previously didn't need. Even that can get you in trouble, like it almost has to be like there's no timeline. You're just in this race to some goal, but it doesn't matter when you get to that goal because putting times on it could lead to either good or bad decisions, but I feel like, emotional or risky decisions. Another one is, I would like, obviously, yeah, you win and you lose, you know what I mean? But I don't think that you should be thinking of it in those terms necessarily. Like I said, you just have a goal. Doesn't matter when you get there, but you just have that goal. And everything that happens, winning or losing, is getting you to that goal. Because, like, if you're saying, I lost, like I could say that about gold and silver right now, I lost. What if I had sold already? I didn't sell, I just stayed. I lost, let's see, I earned like 1,000 from the oil. I lost like 600 from the gold and silver. So, if I sold all that, I would be selling at a loss and then potentially selling at a loss out of emotion when I could have just waited for it to go back up. Similarly with selling though, like I sold all my NRGU today and I've sold a lot of my PDBC. And part of me thinks, oh my gosh, I could have waited for the true spike or the true pump, but it's like, that could keep you from getting gains too. So, that's why I think it's important to study those lines, the all-time low time high, draw a little line. How bumpy is it? How straight is it? And then that's how you choose your play. Is it a long term or is it a seller and buyer, trader? I guess I'll stop it here. This is what I've learned after my 6 months in the stock market. Just thought I'd share it with you guys. Trying to make 2022 my year, our year. So, shout out to my like 15 followers. Hey, you guys get an inside peek of the sugar glider life. And I really want to do ranting mukbangs. I just really want to do this. So maybe I'll do more random mukbangs.